Hi everyone, this is Kathy at Nothing So Strange. I want to do a quick video today to talk about the Starlore Arcana. Really cool deck with book. Got one for me, have some in the shop. But before I talk about this, I have to back up for a second and talk about how much I love astronomy and stars and planets. And I have, some of the straight ahead science stuff around. But I especially love old constellation maps. Just always have. And so, got a nice little collection of books. My dog, Zelda, ate part of this book. She was such a jerk. But I have always liked books about the history and the mythology behind the study of the heavens. And I've been lucky to find a bunch that combine discussions of the mythology with a look at the various constellations and the history. And quite a few of the books I have also look at the not just the ancient Greek and European interpretations of the heavens, but also ancient world, Egyptian, Mesopotamian, just complete world history. So, anyway, so that's an interest, and I'm showing all these books because I'll refer to them again later, but just a huge variety of old star maps and who invented them and why. So, Starlore Arcana. This is by Red Wheel Wiser. Saw it come out, ordered it, got excited, and then I thought, wait, before I open it, better slow my roll here because a friend of mine had been cleaning out stuff she didn't want, and she said, do you want this? And I thought, of course I want this. I collect this kind of thing, and this is really cool. It's called The Box of Stars. There's a book written by Catherine Tennant, who got these old star maps from, they were published anonymously in 1832 by, quote-unquote, a lady. But anyway, those are gorgeous, and when Catherine Tennant put this out, she made a couple of these beautiful maps of the night sky, northern hemisphere. Oh, look at that beautiful box. Can you see that? Northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. These are gorgeous. Wow. I'm being so awkward because I do not have a professional setup here. Here's the southern hemisphere. And wrote a fun book about it. Let's see, she wrote the book in, what's it say, the 90s, 1993, and talked about myths and legends, but also got these beautiful cards, like I said, from the 1800s, and published them. And some of my friends said, do you want that? Of course I want that. I brought that home, and I thought, oh, this will be a nice compliment to this other set I have that Barnes & Noble put out sometime in the last 20 years, maybe. But when I started looking at my set from my friend and this set, I realized, oh, this is based on the same set of cards. Now, the Barnes & Noble set, gorgeous. Look at that. It has a planisphere. but with the drawings on it. How absolutely beautiful is that? I'll show you the whole thing. So beautiful. And instead of a newly written book, Barnes & Noble included the original 1832 book, Urania's Mirror, A View of the Heavens. But the cards are the same, and for a minute I was thinking, oh, I don't need to keep both sets, and then I realized, well, they're actually colored differently, and sometimes they look close to identical, and sometimes they are quite different. So I think I need to keep them both. I mean, in some cases, one person looks old and the other person looks young, or the clothes are different. They're also different quality. You can't see it in this light, but they have holes punched in them, so you can take them out to the night sky and hold them up, and the light that shines through will help you identify where the constellation is. And the Catherine Tennant box of stars is, I think, better punched than the one I already had. So I had to hold off on opening the Starlore Arcana, just to make sure I wasn't opening up a third set of these. And I'm not. This is a completely different set. Now this deck started out as a Kickstarter, and the information in the Kickstarter, which is still online, and I will post a link to that in the description here, says it was based on cards by John Linthal, made in 1717. So this set is 115, 20 years older than the set in the box of stars. And the box of stars has 32 cards. This set had 52 in the original set, and the artist and author Natasha Rowland has added 4 cards, so that there's a total of 56, and it corresponds to the minor arcana of the tarot. She added the 4 knights. So anyway, because it's 56 cards, and the other set is just 32 cards, each constellation in this set gets its own card, whereas in the sets I already have, you'll see a card with 2 or 3 constellations all together. And honestly, I don't think one's better than the other. I like having both approaches. Now this book, again, has, like the other books did, pictures of the cards, and has details about the mythology, but this also brings in tarot imagery and astrology, and the original cards were cards, not just stargazing cards, and so we've got a correspondence with a deck of playing cards. So here we have Ace of Clubs, which is also wands, so the playing card system and the tarot system. And we have some astrological indications too, which I know almost nothing about astrology, so I can't comment on those and where they're found. But I just opened this morning, and I just confirmed to myself that this is not a duplicate of what I already had. So I need to spend some time with it. And what I will do is come back later and do a side-by-side with the older stargazing cards and these cards, so we can compare how the constellations are drawn in each one. Something else I find exciting about this, the Box of Stars and Barnes & Noble set from the 1800s. I flipped through all these books I have and saw those cards reprinted in a lot. Apparently they are, in the world of constellation charts and star charts, somewhat famous, somewhat well known, often reprinted. This is the only reprinting I have seen so far of the 1717 John Linthal set of cards. A little more obscure. I found there's a set of the original cards in the library at Yale, and so I will post the link to those cards for everybody to look at, because it's interesting looking at when Natasha Rowland redid this, looking at how she cleaned up the lines and added color and added some text and changed some things around a little bit. But we are looking at the original illustrations here, though, just made cleaner and brighter and more beautiful. So I will be back at some time soon with a side-by-side comparison and talk about these more. But this is your sneak peek. Thanks for watching.